Hi guys, welcome back to SHK Excel World. I'm Salim Heather, and we all know that we are going through difficult times because of the inflation, the unemployment, and the political unrest in the country. And what we want to do is that we want to learn new skills and sell those skills onto freelancing websites like Upwork and Fiverr. But what happens is that if you are not aware of the exact tools to get the job done, then you may not complete the assignments in time or you may not be able to satisfy your client. So a few months back, I made a video to solve or clean a scramble set of data, which were a list of dates, and the month and day number were mixed up. So today I have another set of data, but the requirement is a little bit different. So let us first see the data and understand the requirement. So you can see that we have the category of item, then we have the subcategory of item, and we have a price list. So you can see that each of the item is repeated price, and it is also sorted, and similar items are grouped together. So let us first understand the business scenario. There were 4 to 5 partners in that business, and they had agreed that the cash from the first sales will be given to partner A, from the second sales to partner B, and so on. But after running the business for a few months, they never had the data arranged in that manner to identify which was the first sale, which was the second sale, and so on. So now you have the assignment to tag each of these items as first, second, or third. So you can say that this is pretty simple because each of the item is repeated price and it is sorted, grouped together. You just write first, second, third, and then just copy that set of data and paste it all along. But let me tell you, if the number of rows or the items in this list is in millions, then you will not be able to solve this assignment in time, although the results will be accurate. But to add insult to injury, if these items are not sorted, let's say the first item is written in the first row and then its repetition, second time repetition is written in 10th row and then in the 100th row. So how will you solve that problem? So today I am going to teach you 3 methods to solve this scramble set of data. But first, do not forget to subscribe to SHK Excel World and also click the bell icon. So we have a business on our hand and we have to assign the serial number of each of these transactions. So first one is that you have a sorted data and all of the similar items are placed together. So we need to have a helping column. So let us create a helping column because we want to identify a unique combination, which will be a combination of the category and the subcategory. So this is a unique item, the smallest item to which the serial number has to be assigned because these may be repeated for different subcategories. So in this case, just remember that similar items are placed together and the data is sorted. So if I say if the current item is equal to the previous item, then it should just add 1 to the previous item. Otherwise, if these are not similar, which means that this is the first time the item is appearing, it should start the serial number with 1. And we can simply copy it to all of the cells and your serial number will be generated. Just for clarification, let me tell you that you cannot sort this set of data because you do not have a date of transaction. You do not have any serial number to identify which sale was the first one, which was the second one. So you cannot rearrange the data. So in this case, we have the sequence is still important, but the similar items are not placed together at one place. So it's not sorted. And as I explained that we cannot sort this data. So how to go about it? We can just again create a helping column because we want to have the smallest item, which will be the combination of these 2 items. So we have the helping column. Now you can use a very simple formula. Maybe you haven't thought of it. So the serial number will be generated with the help of countif formula. So you will be surprised that this will be helpful in generating the serial number. So our range is D2 to D2. I will tell you, just wait. And our criteria is also D2. And bracket close. But there is a catch in it. If we are going to copy this formula to the cells below, then the first cell reference in this range should be frozen. So this is anchored and this is free to move. Now if I copy it to the cells below, it will see whether this item was available in the previous list, previous range, and it will count the number of items and this just reproduce the count of that particular item. So this will be the serial number for us, in fact, which is a count of those items. So this has solved our problem, whether the data is sorted, whether the similar items are placed together or not, it doesn't matter at all. So now coming on to the next one. So I've just forgotten that we have our serial number and we have the business scenario. We can easily use VLOOKUP formula to get the percentages. Look up this one, F4, and give us the result from second column, an exact match. Just copy it to the next one. We can freeze the E column. Now it's okay. We just have to change the number of column and simply copy all of these formulas to the cells below and change it to percentage. So you have your percentages available now. So last but not the least is the array formulas. If you have used Office 365 or versions after that, then you must be aware of these array formulas. This may not be as much useful for just reproducing the serial number, but there may be a scenario where you have to pick up the latest transaction amount and do some calculation with it. So just for that purpose, you must also see this solution till the end. So I am going to use filter formula to filter all of the items which have appeared earlier and were equal to this current item. So equal to filter. So our array is the above array, E1 to E1, and we want to include which items, D1 to D1, which are equal to our current item. So this is what I explained earlier. So this is going to filter all of the climate cover items which appeared earlier in this range and then return the serial number of those items. And if it has found any item which has appeared earlier, we want it to add +1 to it. So this is what we want and press enter. So it is giving a calculation error because there is no previous item. So what happens if there is no such previous item? We will write an if error formula so that if this item is appearing for the first time, then it should give us 1. So we have 1. So let's see what happens if we copy it to the set. So nothing has happened till now. It's going fine. It's going fine. Oh. So we have forgotten one thing. The range is moving. So the range is not completely considering all of the items which appeared earlier, except the previous one. So we have to freeze the range, the first cell reference of the range in both the cases. And now we can copy it to the rest of the cells and see what happens. So here we have a spill effect. Those who have used array formulas, they know that array formulas give a spill effect or return all of the items which meet your criteria. not like VLOOKUP, which gives you the first item only, it finds. So we have two items against this high sparkle synthetic. So what I can do is, I can ask this formula to give the maximum whatever it finds. So out of this 2 and 3, it will return only 3. So I can top up this formula with the max formula. And now let's see what happens. So there is no spill effect now. So we have our serial number ready. This is a little bit difficult to apply the array formula, but once you have it applied, you can use it for some complex calculations for which the countif formula and the if formula will not be useful. I hope you have liked this strategy to solve this business scenario. Maybe you might have come up with a different solution, and if you had find another solution, please let me know in the comments below, and that will be a learning for me as well. Till the next video, bye bye from me.